outstanding first impression, 5 to 7 minutes. Carlos.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and our guests. People say that you can only get one chance to make a good first impression. Well, the reality is that if you really want to get that job, or if you really want to close that sale, it's not enough to make a good first impression. You have to make an outstanding first impression. There are 6 steps that you can follow to create an outstanding first impression. Step number 1. Take a guess. What could it be?
Show up on time.
Anyone else?
Know something about the person you're talking to.
Dress up appropriately?
You got it. Always be prepared. What I mean by this is, like Delia said, whenever you put yourself in a situation where you will be in front of prospective customers, prospective clients, prospective business partners, or prospective employers, dress up and look sharp. Look as good as you can possibly can. If you look good, you will feel good. And if you feel good, you will radiate a certain vibe that will the other person like you. That's the first step. The second step is, take a guess.
Give them $1 million.
The second step is smile. Just smile. Have you ever wondered why people like babies? Most babies. If you go to the doctor's office and you see a mom with a baby, and if you take a look at the baby and you smile, what happens?
Smile back.
The baby smiles back, and then what happens?
You smile more.
You smile more, exactly. If you smile, people will like you. Again, and you will radiate a certain vibe, certain something that will make the other person open up for a conversation. The third step is handshake firmly. Tim, could you please stand up for a minute? If you handshake quickly, people will think that you are a person of weak character, like I'm doing right now. But if you handshake firmly, and you you handshake strong, but not too strong, the other person will think that you're a person of character. Thank you, Tim. And that's exactly what you want the other person to think of you, that you're a person of character. You want to add certain grip to the handshake that will make the other person feel the entire hand. That's the third step. The next step is engage the other person in conversation. Now, conversation requires 2 people. The best way to do this is asking questions. You want the other person to talk as much as possible. By asking questions, the other person will think that you're a super professional in whatever your field is, and you will actually pre-qualify the person to know if you will be doing business with the person at the end of the conversation. Let me share with you an example. When I talk to business owners and they ask me, Carlos, what do you do? I usually tell them, well, I help business owners double, triple, or quadruple their sales. They get like, well, how do you do that? And I usually tell them, well, why don't you tell me about your business? Why don't you tell me about your current challenges? And so that way I can tell you how I might be able to help you. That's the first step. The next step is hand out your business card. Now, your business card also says a lot about you. You want to get the highest quality business card that you can afford. There's 2 huge mistakes that people make about business cards. The first one is they print out their business cards on their home or office printer. And why is that a mistake?
You can't get the quality. It isn't as excellent.
And it looks cheap.
Exactly, it looks horrible. It looks looks really, really bad. The second mistake that people do is, have you seen an advertising on the internet that says 100 free business cards on so-and-so website? Have you seen it? Well, you actually get the 100 business cards. Here's how it works. You go to the website, design the business card online, you get the cards. But on the front of the business cards, there's a little logo that says, business cards are free at so-and-so website. So now imagine, if you hand out one of those business cards to a client, they will think two things. They will think that you're either cheap, like Dalia said, or that you're so broke that you couldn't even pay for your own business cards. So now imagine, who wants to do business with a person who is cheap and who's struggling with their business? Now, if you want to get the highest quality business cards available at the lowest price, there's a website called Mango, just like a mango, mangoprinting.com. Just to get you an idea, you can get 1,000 full color, both-sided business cards, shiny, for just $20. Can get better than that. Final step is make sure to follow up. We now live in the digital age, and it's super easy and fast to just send an email or just become friends on Facebook or Twitter. But what really makes a difference is to make a more personal connection with the other person. The way you can do this is by sending them a thank you note or a letter or just making a call. If they see that you're genuinely interested in them and in helping, you will increase your chances of closing the sale. Thank you.
Got to smile. Thank you very much, Carlos. That was great.